Guys, we're here, Mac N Seitz, baseball and softball club, getting started. Here we are. It's actually winter outside. We had snow out here in Kansas City, and it's a winter workout tour. And we're here with Danny Lake, the owner of Mac N Seitz. Danny, thanks for letting us come on in. Say hi to the folks.
How you doing, folks? Appreciate y'all being here today.
And of course, Dave, you're going to see these guys' faces. When you guys, this is the first time here at Mac N Seitz too, right?
Yeah,
beautiful
facility. Appreciate it.
Huge.
How many square foot? Main building, like I said, is 47,000 square feet. We got a 5,000 square foot gym in the back, so awesome. We're rolling.
Very nice.
So you can see over my shoulder here, you got the guys getting ready to do this. We're going to get the cameras rolling, so check it out. Here we go.
Here we have the machine, softball in front, okay? Good. To the face. You guys break up.
Hi, good morning. I'm Danny Lake. I'm the owner and general manager of Mac N Seitz Baseball and Softball Academy here in Kansas City.
Hi, good morning. I'm Nik Crouch. I'm the Director of Baseball Operations at Mac N Seitz in Kansas City, Missouri.
Appreciate being able to come on this morning and talk with everyone. We've been around the Kansas City area. Mac N Seitz, Mike McFarland, Kevin Seitzer started the Mac N Seitz organization back in October of 1996. So, 28 years strong. Nick and I have had the privilege of being able to carry on that tradition here in Kansas City at the Mac N Seitz facility, where we have teams on the baseball side from 9U all the way up through the college ranks, and we have girls softball as well.
Yeah, it's funny, kind of prepping for all this, and we're talking about the values and the programs we offer. The values, I started really thinking about it last night and this morning. It's kind of the same values that I'm going to walk into my house with my family is the trust, the communication, and the overall development with these young men that we have here and the young girls that we have on the softball side. And I've been blessed since 2019 that when Danny took me in from South Texas and took me in my family, and we truly try to embark those three big components: the trusted big, the communication and the development is, that we're here at 8, 9 in the morning. We don't leave until 7, 8, 9 at night, and we're just always talking and how we can get each and every individual kid here better. And including ourselves as an overall program and an organization. I think the values will go a long way into continuing on what we do here daily and monthly and yearly as it has over the past 5 years, and the growth that we have embarked and the trust that Danny, Mr. Lake, has given myself and the staff that we have here. I mean, we went from less than 100, now we're pushing almost 200 in the high school, and as far as the youth continues to grow on a yearly basis just because of the developmental plan that we have here, and the open line of communication, as well as again, and coming into the trust factor of things. I know Danny is huge into that. We have a pretty good bantering back and forth on a daily basis. We will make fun of each other on a daily basis, but when it comes down to it, I joked around, Mr. Lake actually had to use the restroom, that we are the beauty and the beast. I'll let you guys choose who's the beauty and who's the beast of us all. I think we kind of share those responsibilities daily. But we love our kids. We truly do. And there's nothing that I would not do or say to the gentlemen that are in this room, the gentlemen that come back to work out or hit, to my own 2 kids at home. And that's just pure honest. That's understanding the loyalty that we have with our families, the loyalty we have with these kids. Because my end goal at the end of the day, at the end of the year, is to get everybody committed. And we can't do that without the communication and trust factor when it comes to this. I know we're going to interview hopefully Brayton Cooper and Gonzalo Gonzalez here shortly after to tell them the story, their story, and how they truly develop their hitters and their catchers and the pitchers is what we've kind of put our staple around and who we are. But I know the values, it does not happen unless Mr. Lake himself kind of, puts that on us.
Talked with a couple of gentlemen from Youth Baseball Midwest this morning when we met, and we talked a little bit about, why we do what we do. We talked about our values and kind of our core principles. And, I'm a Kansas City kid. I'm born and raised in Kansas City, grew up north of the river, played baseball in the North Kansas City Association for a number of years. I was coached by some great men. I had Coach Pearsall, I had Coach Libby, Coach Monaco, Coach Niemeyer, a lot of those guys whose sons, I still keep in touch with, even if it's just on Facebook or through social media. But, a lot of those guys we talk about, we've got kids now playing the game, and we loved that game back then, just as much as we love it now. And so our goal has always been to give back to the game of baseball. When my sons started playing over in the Lee Summit Baseball Association, I joined and became a board member and wanted to give back to the game, helping support, T-ball and coach pitch, moved into the roles of supporting the older players, and then eventually became board president. And I was board president for 4 years. And it was during that time that I really saw an opportunity to help give back even more to the game of baseball, to the point that we could teach coaches how to coach, help players understand how to play, and really anyone that wanted to go from the youth game to the high school game and beyond, give them that opportunity and give them that format. So started looking at possibly building an organization over in the Lee Summit area, and one of our connections over there, Otis Miller, who ran Triple Crown Sports, told me that Mac and Kevin were thinking about selling Mac N Seitz, and so had a meeting with Mac and Kevin, and what we realized in that meeting is that we're like-minded individuals. They played the game that they loved at a very high level for a very long period of time, and wanted to give back to the game and wanted to do the same things that we wanted to do. And so we put our heads together, came up with a decision to move forward, and in October of 2017, that's when we bought Mac N Seitz. We wanted to keep the name because it's a great brand. They have a great tradition of baseball, and there are a lot of kids who played for Mac N Seitz back in the late 90s and early 2000s who are now bringing their kids back here to Mac N Seitz to play baseball because they remember the experience that they had and how much fun that they had and the enjoyment that they still get from the game, and want to be able to give that back to their kids. And so, to Nik's point, that's what we try to incorporate each day when we're here. These guys get in, they do their workouts, they do their game planning. I jokingly leave them alone to kind of have their alone time away from me so that they can discuss the things of the day and kind of what they want to do and where they want to go. And, if Nik's not working on things with high school, like I said, he's got his ear on a phone because he's talking to coaches about kids that want to go play at the next level. And we'll get into that here in a minute, but one of the proudest things that I can say about Nik since his time here in 2019 is any kid as a senior in high school that's wanted to go on and play the game at the college level, he has 100% gotten every kid that opportunity to get them into the right school that not only matches their athletic skill set, but also matches the academic interest that they have so that they can, become members of the society, come back to the Kansas City area, and again, give back to the community.
Yeah, our high school is based around programs. Obviously, this morning kind of starts day one of the next 2 months, and basically a 24/7 program. But we start the day after Labor Day. That normally falls around September 5th or 6th, and we go for 6 straight months. The longest programs that we have will be the hitting and pitching programs. There's offer from that September 5th until basically March 1st, the day or the weekend before high school tryouts happen. And those programs are offered twice a week for an hour at a time. And then the catching program will start in January and February. The infield program, we've had 2 sessions, one in the late fall to winter and one to the winter into the late winter. So it gives me a true chance to really understand the makeup, the character, the skill set and skill level of our players. A lot of the times I will sit back in a chair, I will sit back in a bench, I will be in the corner, and I'm able to watch kids. I'm able to see how they walk, how they talk, how they interact, to see what their personalities are and who they match up well with as far as setting the teams. And I release the teams mid to late January, if not the first week of February. I talk to the coaches. I'm able to pull them aside. I'm able to get on them if I need to get on them about certain things on or off the field. It gives us and the coaching staff a true relationship with our players. Some guys might not come in the winter, but we have 2 or 3 more months left to kind of continue to build the relationships that we have. And it kind of really helps, it gets them comfortable with us, our philosophy, and it gets them comfortable with who they are. The pressure that they might put on themselves, we kind of just hone in and say, hey, you're here for 6 months, you're here for another 4 more months. Be yourself, who you are. We're able to set up live. Our pitchers will throw to our hitters starting mid of December. It gets them really comfortable before they go into high school season, that I'm able to face, who we are as our peers and get comfortable with the pitches. So we really, really circle ourselves around our programs to get them ready for their high school season, but then again, get them ready for the summer season where they can really start to showcase who they are in front of college coaches.
To really build. Remember, we build tension when the hips start to open, and we want to try to hold that as long as possible. If this starts to go, what do we always say? Keep your front side what? Close. Yeah, and that can't happen unless we have good mobility through the hips, and we allow this to just relax and let it do its thing back here, not out in front early. Okay? Good. Yeah, so go ahead and kick one leg out. This one? Yep. So now,
back leg out?
Mm-hmm. No, front leg out, sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, there you go. So now sit back. Good. Now come up, extend, and rotate. There you go. Feel this back cheek work? Okay. Hold that for 1 count and then reset. Ooh, little balance work, eh? There you go. Good. You're all right. Just.
So my name is Gonzalo Gonzalez. I am the director of pitching here at Mac N Seitz. I take care of all of our development on the high school side and also oversee some of the youth stuff as well. A little bit of my background, I coached 9 years of college baseball prior to joining Mac N Seitz, and it's been a lot of fun being able to get here and instill some knowledge and just helping guys understand their movement patterns for their individual needs and helping them understand where they need to go with their individual skill set. And that's been a huge thing for us here. And I know Coop will talk a little bit about in his end for the hitting and the catching side, but it's just getting guys to understand who they are and what they're capable of, and hopefully moving towards an end goal by the time they reach the end of high school. They see them maximizing their potential for the current body that they have. They have to understand that at some point they will get bigger, faster, stronger, and we want to be able to maximize what they have now so when they go into college, they're ready to hit the ground running. So there's a lot of good things I believe we do here at Mac N Seitz, and first and foremost is taking care of the kids on not just the baseball side, but helping them understand who they are as people and helping develop them into young men.
remember the plate is still in front of us, right? We don't want to move out of the zone. We're trying to just sneak that pitch back in.
I'm Brayton Cooper. I run all of our hitting and catching over here at Mac N Seitz. Gonzo covered a lot of good things. You know, one of our biggest focuses is not just making these guys better baseball players, but making them better men off the field. Preparing them for life, getting them ready for college, not just the baseball side of it, but it's a huge change when you get there. Getting them ready to enjoy that atmosphere, but as well as adapt to it at the same time. More along the baseball side, for the hitting program, we just started live at bats a month ago, and a lot of our guys, by the time tryouts roll around, they'll have about 60, 70 at bats under their belt, which is huge, huge advantage for them going into the season, going into tryouts. We love to develop the approach, develop their swing, and like you said, we have younger guys that aren't quite developed yet. So just getting them to move in the right pattern, getting them to move in the right way, and then as they get bigger, stronger, you know, that power starts to come with it. They can start learning how to use that movement with a little more strength to it.
So the timing of your forward load and the timing of you trying to get your foot down to establish is late.
Start early and slower.
Or you could be starting on time, but you could be wasting too much energy going back into your back leg.
Okay.
Now, I said earlier, the youth program starts out at 9U with our teams all the way up to 14U. What we do at the 9U to 11U level is we give them an opportunity to either do individual lessons or what we consider our small group development, small groups of four to six players. What we have found, and I talk to parents about this at tryouts every year, there's a have to and a want to in kids when they're playing sports. And you know, if you feel like you're at the point where every time you mention you're going to practice or every time you're going to go to a game, your kid's saying, do I have to? Do I have to? You know, it's probably not the right time for that investment in lessons or that investment in continuing the development. There's going to be a right time. When it turns into a want to, because they get excited about the fact that they're going to go to a lesson or they're going to go to a small group training, that's when we usually encourage parents to start getting the kids in working with instructors on a one-to-one basis, on a more individual basis. Because of that have to that happens at ages 9 and 10, if we tell them they're going to come and work out with 3 or 4 of their friends that were on their baseball team, now they get a little more excited and we kind of help them want to be around the game and want to be around baseball. So that's a change that I think we made around the time that Nik got here. We really felt like, hey, this works in college, this works in high school. Maybe if we introduce it at a younger level, let's see if they like working in small groups and kind of making it more fun and more playful and more interactive while still learning the fundamentals and the basics of the game. So that's the approach that we take with our younger kids. And then when we get them into the 12U to 14U, as Nik said, that's when they're starting to work more on their own, kind of figuring out who they want to work with, at what times, and they take more control of their development process should they want to move further along and play baseball in high school.
Yeah.
Hold on, leave that recording. So which one of you guys is the baseball star?
That would be me. Yeah. Yeah, I collect a lot, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good series right there.
Yeah, yep, 2021. It's not bad. That's the Series 1, yep. Yeah. Yeah.
That was exactly that.
Yeah.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
So I got some card. I got a patch card in there, bud.
Yeah?
Yeah. You got to answer me a question.
Okay.
You like trivia?
Sure. Here we go.
See if you got it.
All right.
Are you? What team are you a fan of?
Well, I mean, being in the Kansas City area now, I've grown to love the Royals, but I've been a Padres guy in and out, born and raised in San Diego.
Padres guy.
Yeah.
So, gosh, Because I grew up a Dodger fan.
Oh, God. I knew I didn't like you.
Yeah, man, many days in Chavez were being.
Oh, yeah. No, I will say Chavez is historic, and, being in the Southern California area, it's a beautiful stadium. It's great, yes.
Just like Bush.
Yes,
I mean,
yeah.
I root for the
Yeah.
Cardinals.
Yeah. Yeah, you're in the area, yeah.
Help it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's great.
Yeah.
And those guys, they gave me an opportunity to throw out the first pitch last year.
That's super
that's
cool.
awesome.
That's super
That's
cool,
awesome.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
an experience.
Yeah, guess who caught it?
Who's that?
Look, a recipient.
Jordan Walker.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And
Now I'm
he-
jealous.
That ball's gone.
Now I'm jealous, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
The most important part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did throw a strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
So he practiced for 4 weeks. I did. My son's a pitcher, so he told me, he goes, Dad, you can't go out there and throw a strike.
Yeah, yeah.
So he was overthrown with me.
Yeah. That's a little pressure from son coming. Yeah, that's good.
Got to get prepared.
All right, we'll give you a little Cardinal trivia.
Oh,
We'll
cool.
keep it recent. I think it's 2021 or 20. I think it's 2022. What 5 Cardinals won Gold Gloves?
Oh, it'd be Yachty. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not a big Cardinals fan, so I'm not sure.
Oh man, I got it.
I'm not sure.
You know anything about Padres?
Goldschmidt, Arenado,
Who's the,
Bader.
Shortstop.
Was it Goldschmidt, Arenado, Bader, Yachty, and
For Ozzie Smith? I mean, it can't be anyone good.
Edmund? No, Edmund didn't.
Edmund was one. You have 4 of them wrong.
I can't remember.
You have 1 wrong.
I don't know. Oh, Gary Templeton Jr. Yes. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Wasn't
Yes.
Waino,
Yeah.
was it?
No, you have the Yachty is wrong.
Yachty's
Everybody
wrong.
says Yachty.
Really?
Really?
It was Bader, O'Neill,
O'Neill. That's right.
Arenado, Goldschmidt.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Everybody says Yachty because it's just like a given.
Yeah.
For like 12 years, it was just a given that Yachty was going to get one.
Yeah.
So.
That's right. I don't want that pass card anyways. Oh, here we
Yeah,
go.
what was that?
umpire that paved the way for the Royals to beat the Cardinals?
Ooh.
Oh.
I know that.
Is it recent?
No. 1985.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the World Series.
Yeah.
The World Series.
What umpire made that wonderful call that paved that way in Game 6?
If it was a bad call, I always want to say Angel Hernandez, but it's definitely not him.
Here's a good one. What other sport did Tony Gwynn play?
Basketball. He got drafted for basketball, got drafted for baseball, and he was a first rounder baseball, second round for basketball. Wasn't it the Knicks? I'm pretty sure.
You're probably right.
Yeah. I mean,
You know, he played basketball.
yeah. So I mean, my entire life, I always wanted to be a San Diego Aztec. Born and raised. My uncle was a professor there, so I spent a lot of time there, and I had an opportunity to sit down and talk with Tony a lot, and that was one of the coolest things in the world. And like, I don't share this story a lot, but so coming out of high school, I was a pretty good pitcher, and he had me on campus. We were kind of talking a little bit, and he brought me into the cage where they were kind of hitting, and he was kind of go over some stuff with some of his guys. And someone wasn't doing something right. Takes the bat out, and this was pre-cancer, so he was still doing his thing with tobacco and whatnot. But he was just kind of laying down the law, a sense of like hitting mechanics. And he gets in the cage and he hits 5 balls back in a row. He goes, I tipped every single one of them because I wanted to. If I'm underneath the baseball, I'm thinking the bottom third, I'm not going to hit it. I'm thinking top third of the baseball, and I'm going to be middle. And the next 5 were just lasers up the middle. And it was the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. It's just the way he talked and the way that he was able to just interpret things to players was, even at that age, I was 14, 15 years old, you were just locked in at anything he said. It was amazing. Yeah.
Reach in there and grab that patch card, dude.
All right.
Pick it up. Put it on camera. That'd be killer.
See what you
Is it
get.
unopened?
It is fun.
Usually it's the thicker one.
Yeah.
I think it's in the.
You grabbed all. I was gonna say you grabbed all 4, but.
Yeah.
That's it. No,
This-
the one in the back.
This one right here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the exclusive anniversary one, yeah.
I'll hook you up, bro.
All right. Let's see what we got here.
Dude, he's like a kid in a candy shop right
No,
now.
I'm like, I haven't opened anything in 4 days, so I've been feeding.
4 days.
All right. So you got the anniversary tops of Mariano Rivera.
Oh, that's a
Not
pretty
bad.
good one.
Not bad. That's pretty cool. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey,
That's
we
awesome.
appreciate you guys.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
And put that back in there. Yeah, I gotta get that in the sleeve. Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
fellas.
Thank you very much.